Here we go!
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I thought I'd show you my top 5 PS4 games, PlayStation 4. Now this is a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Maybe I should have done a top 10, because top 5, I really struggled, because there's so many games I wanted to include. But I'll just give some honourable mentions, like Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, Uncharted 4 and Fallout 4, all fantastic games, but I haven't put them in my top 5. This is a sort of a VR to Pennyrose, because she originally did this video a couple of weeks back or so. So that gave me an idea, so I thought I'd do a VR. So I'll put the link to her original video in the description below. And so here are my top 5 PlayStation 4 games, which I have not put in order. I should have planned this. Anyway, first of all, right. For number 5, I'm going to pick Resident Evil Biohazard. And I'm going to pick this as my number 5 because it was so good to play a Resident Evil game that's gone back to its roots. And it reminded me of the glory days of the PlayStation 1. Resident Evil on there. Never owned it, played over a friend's house, bought the game. Could never complete it. I always got close to the end, but I just never did finish it. And I never finished the original Metal Gear Solid either. Yeah, so it's great to see the roots go, the game go back to, see, this is going great, isn't it? It was great to see the game go back to its roots and have those classic puzzles, like the shotgun puzzle and the survival horror. It was proper survival horror. It was tense. It was everything you wanted from a Resident Evil game. And it definitely made up for the poor attempts of 5 and 6. 5 wasn't so bad, but 6, that was totally off the chart for me. Well, not off the chart, but yeah, 6 did not sit well with me at all. I was like, oh, really? It's like Final Fantasy these days. I used to absolutely love that series. And then when you got to like 13, it went downhill. 15 brought it back a little bit, but lacked story. They went more for gameplay. So yeah, Resident Evil Biohazard is my number 5. Right, for number 4... we're going to go for a game that I haven't got a physical copy of because I think it's only digital only. It's a game called Dust, an Elysian Tale. I think that is how it's pronounced. This was a game, I think it was free on PlayStation Plus a couple of years back. And it's a side-scrolling game where you play like some kind of animal. It's in a world and all the characters are animals. And this character, Dust, has lost his memory, and you've got to travel to different towns, doing side quests, trying to get your memory back, and it appears to have been in some war in the past. But what I love about this game is the fact that it plays a bit like Castlevania. So you've got your map on screen, and you can open different areas. And then as you progress in the game, you unlock abilities in order to reach new areas, so you can always go back to previous screens. Classic Castlevania. If you haven't played those games on the DS, go and do it right now. Like Castlevania Dawn of Symphony, what was the other one? Can't remember. Portrait or something? Yeah, but Dust plays a lot like that, and the graphics were absolutely amazing. The gameplay was so fluid for me, which is why I think I enjoyed it so much. I remember I was playing it at Christmas time, and well, I had all these other games at Christmas, but I kept going back to Dust and just playing that because I was so into it. I absolutely loved it. Right, for my third, number 3. You know, this top 5, they'll probably change order all the time, but this is a game that Steve got me into, Far Cry 4. Had never really experienced the Far Cry series before this. I played Far Cry 2 briefly on PlayStation 3 when I think that was a PlayStation Plus freebie, and I couldn't get into it at all. I was like, And I've got PlayStation. I've got Far Cry 3 on the PlayStation 3 as well, but I've never played that. But Steve was telling me, as soon as you finish this, you can go play 3, and it's basically the same. But yeah, this is a really enjoyable game, open world, and it was one I went back to and looked forward to playing all the time. So I can't remember like everything about it at the moment, but I remember that like flying little jetpack helicopter thing. That was cool. And did you have to like hunt different types of animals and skin and use it to upgrade your weapons and stuff? I can't remember now. Forgive me, it's been a while since I played it. But yeah, the missions, the characters, it was great stuff. And you can actually finish this game in the first 20 minutes or something. You can just I think that guy in the front, he offers you like join me, and if you stay where you are and join him, that's the end of the game. Why would you want to do that? I have no idea. Right, so for number 2, this is a game I do know very well, and this is Rocket League, which was another PlayStation Plus freebie. I absolutely love that game. It's one of my go-to games. Haven't played it for quite a few months now, saying that, but first played it a couple of years ago, and when I first saw it, I was like, football and rocket cars, because I'm not big into sports or football. I was like, that's not for me. That's not gonna work. But I tried it out, and I became very addicted. I love playing it online because I turned out to be quite good at it, which is a nice change for me in online games, like. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll have a couple of goes of this. So then for like a few weeks, I was like spending hours and hours in the evening just playing this game online, scoring plenty of goals, which is really cool. I've uploaded even a couple of videos of Rocket League to my channel. I've tried to include one by here now, is where I think I drove past the ball, missed it, but then when I was reversing, I reversed back into the ball, and it went into the goal. It was awesome. I love that bit. Yeah, so that was a game I really enjoyed playing. It was good that you can customize your car, and if you complete matches, you unlock like new decorations for your car. Some based on other PlayStation games. I think I've got a worm from Worms, obviously, as one of my current antennas. Not my antenna on my head, like, because that would be weird. So yeah, Rocket League is my second favourite so far. Remember, I haven't played all PlayStation 4 games, but yeah, Rocket League, I've definitely got to mention that because I was just so taken of it, and then I had to simply platinum that game. All my favourites, I really want to like platinum, get all the trophies for, so that's what I did. Now, number 1 might be a surprise to some. It's going to be Until Dawn. And I know that Gamer Geek World is currently playing through this and he's loving it. And the reason I've chosen this as my number 1 is because when I first read about the game, you got a bunch of teenagers in a cabin in the mountains, and there's a killer on the loose, you know, and it's a slasher. I thought it was going to be really trashy, like some poor horror film you see on TV. Like, well, I don't know, you know what I mean though. Your typical game. There's a bit of slashy stuff, blood, everyone dies. I thought, nah, it's not going to be that good at all. But then, started seeing more and more previews of the game, and people seem to have a positive view of it. And I was like, okay, maybe there is something to this after all. So, yeah, I kept my eye on the game, and then I bought it on release, and yeah, I'm very happy I did, because what I thought originally was completely wrong. This is pretty great stuff. The story is absolutely amazing in it. There was a couple of twists and turns along the way that I did not see coming. There was one twist in particular I really want to tell you about, I won't spoil it, and I was like, one of the best twists I've seen in a video game. The other one being Batman Arkham City. So I won't mention that just in case anybody's wants to play that as well. Yeah, but what I liked about this was how well put together the game was. Like they had, you had proper actors, motion capture. The acting was superb. Fair play to all the actors in it. I think you had the girl from Heroes, the cheerleader. What's her name? I can't remember off the top of my head, to apologise. But then you had other actors. You have the actor who was in, like, is it Mr. Robot? It's called. You have him. I think the guy who plays Ward in Agents of Shield. Too bad I don't know their names. I do apologise. Hayden. Is it Hayden, the cheerleader? And comments below. Yeah, it was well acted, well put together. A lot of people called the game short, but I didn't find it short at all. There was collectibles to find along the way, and it was proper horror tense stuff. And you controlled all the characters, and it was up to you and your choices within the game whether they survived or not. So at the end of the game, all your characters could be alive, or none of them could be. My first playthrough, my only playthrough so far, surprisingly, because I've got so many games to play, I had 3 survive. I did have 4, but I messed it up around the last bit. I was like, no! Because sometimes you got to keep the control pad really still. So, you know, so say like there was a snake in front of you, and you're like, try not to move. And of course, my bloody hand spasmed, and one of the characters I wanted to keep alive died. Gutting. And there's a character called Matt as well, so that's pretty cool. To teaser. Yeah, and what? Yeah, so you could go back, replay chapters, collect all the collectibles you missed, and the story is a group of friends basically go back to the cabin in the mountains, kind of for closure because they lost 2 of the friends. They were murdered a while back, a couple of years ago or so. But yeah, it's a really good game. I recommend that to anybody. Don't know if I could talk about that game all day. Ben knows what I'm talking about. So if you haven't played Until Dawn, or any of the others I've mentioned, go play it. This video's going on past almost 12 minutes. Anyway, okay, so guys, that is my VR to Pennyrose. That's my top 5 PlayStation 4 games. I've got a top 5 playlist and a top 10 playlist, so if you want to see what videos I have in there, go check them out. And thank you for watching, and if you feel like doing your own top 5, please do. Looking forward to seeing what is yours. I'm moving my hands down here, but you can't see them. It's like, what is yours? Cool. But now you'll see my hands, because I'm going to say, boom, see you soon. Boom. I've really got to stop doing stuff like that.